Hello, how are you? Today I brought you a recipe for a wonderful sweet treat. It's great as a dessert, but it also works really well as an afternoon snack if you want. It's low in carbs, sugar-free, and contains no flour, starch, or any kind of thickener, yet it has a wonderful texture. It even looks like something from a restaurant. You're going to love the flavor. Stay until the end. If you love easy, quick, and healthy recipes, you're going to love this channel. So go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell to get updates. I post new videos every day. You're going to love them. Let's get started with our recipe. Just a reminder, the ingredients, quantities, and nutritional information are all listed below in the description and in the first pinned comment, as always. And if you enjoy low-carb desserts, please go ahead and leave a like, so I will know that you enjoy this kind of recipe, and I'll come back with even more great options for you. And tell me, what kind of dessert do you like best? Do you prefer desserts like creamy pudding, chocolate cake, festive party sweets, mousse, or something else entirely? Please let me know so I can get inspired and make many more amazing things for you. So let's get started. The first thing I have here, I'm going to put a bit of plain non-fat yogurt into my bowl. I'm using non-fat yogurt to have less fat, but if you want to use whole yogurt, that's totally fine. On a low-carb diet, it doesn't make a difference. And remember, I have a video here on the channel explaining how you can make your own yogurt at home. It shows the entire step-by-step process, 100% natural. I'll leave the link down below in the description for you. To the yogurt, I'm going to add a bit of sweetener here. I'm using a baking sweetener, but that's just a matter of substitution. Because some people prefer to use brown sugar, honey, demerara sugar, people who don't follow a low-carb diet. Of course, brown sugar, honey, and demerara sugar aren't part of a low-carb diet, but some people don't follow low-carb and still want to make these recipes and use substitutes, so the quantities are below. But if you want, for example, to use liquid stevia or another non-caloric sweetener of your choice, you can add it without any problem as well. I'm going to add a bit of vanilla extract here. It's optional, but I think it gives a special touch. If you don't have it, the recipe will still work just fine. I'm going to add a bit of ricotta here. The ricotta I'm using is fresh ricotta. So if you have trouble finding it, to get the right consistency, you can substitute it with cottage cheese, which works just as well. Or you can even make my homemade white cheese recipe from the channel, crumble it and add it here, which works perfectly. And I'm also going to add a bit of shredded coconut here. First, I'm going to blend all of this together. There are other ingredients we'll add later, but let's blend all of this first to get a nice texture. So hold on a second. So, I've blended our mixture well. I'll set it aside for now because I'll show you some other things in a bit. But before that, I'm going to take my unflavored, colorless gelatin here and add a bit of water to it. This gelatin I'm using is neutral, so as I said, it's colorless, flavorless, nothing added, but gelatin is an extra source of protein for our recipe, and it's pure cooked collagen. I don't know if you knew that. And collagen is excellent for nails, hair, skin, joints. I have a video where I talk more about the benefits of gelatin and collagen, and I'll leave it down below for you as well. First, I'm going to melt this gelatin now. You can do it in the microwave or in a double boiler, and when it's melted, I'll come back and we'll mix it in. And we're going to make the layers. There's still another layer for us to make with other ingredients. So I've melted the gelatin here, and now I'm going to add it to our mixture. I'll turn on the hand mixer to make mixing easier. And of course, you can use a blender if you want, no problem at all. Let's mix it here. So, I've blended it here. For now, I'm going to remove my mixer to have more mobility. Let me set it aside. You don't need to wash it now, because we'll use it again in a bit to blend once more. So, I'll take our mixture here. I have my silicone molds. You can use any mold you like. And I'm going to carefully fill my mold here with a portion of our delicious mixture. I'm going to begin by making these initial 6 here, and then subsequently, I'll add a topping to make them beautifully two-toned. So, first, we gently put it in here, and then I'll proceed to finish filling all of the molds completely. And then I'll add another ingredient to our mixture so it becomes two-toned. So, hold on. Look, I ended up grabbing one more here. You can see the pink color because I thought the volume was enough. I'm going to take this to the fridge now and make that topping I mentioned. Hold on. Now let's make our topping. And just so you know, so you can plan at home, I set aside about 1/3 of the total mixture to make this topping. Because I want the bottom to be bigger, and on top, just a little bit of it. It's going to be flipped, so it'll be the other way around. But you get it. A small part just with chocolate and the other part white. But if you want to do half and half, that's totally fine too. Or if you want to use a large pan, separate 2/3, put it in, chill it in the fridge, and then take the remaining third and add it to a large pan, that's also no problem at all. So, as I mentioned, I'm going to add 100% cocoa powder here now to give it that chocolate look we like, the flavor, and to bring the benefits of cocoa, which is antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and wonderful. So, I'm going to mix it in here, but I'm still going to use the mixer for the cocoa because cocoa takes a bit longer to dissolve due to its solubility, which is different from powdered chocolate drink mix. So I'm going to blend this now. Let me give it a quick stir first so it doesn't fly everywhere. I'll blend this until it's well mixed. Hold on. So I've already blended it here. You know, I love scraping the utensils, so I'm going to scrape all of this really well, and I'll check if the first part I put in has already firmed up so we can add the topping here. So hold on, I'll be right back. Look, it took about 20 minutes for it to set, and I was already adding the topping here to speed things up. Now I'm going to add this chocolate topping here, and then they'll go back in the fridge for a while longer so they get really firm. And then I'll come back with them ready so we can try them, and I can show you the consistency they have. So I'll finish adding this here, and I'll be right back in a bit. Look, I'm back. It took about 2 hours for them to be ready, and now I'm going to add, optionally, a bit of cocoa powder on top as well, just to make them look nicer, more decorated. But this is totally optional. If you don't want to add it, you don't have to, of course. But it will give a special touch, making it look like a restaurant dessert. But if you don't want to, you really don't have to. I just think it adds something special and makes it look nicer. I'm going to cut a piece here so you can see how it turned out. I'll cut a piece here so you can see the texture, and when you make it at home, you're going to love it. Look at this. Look how delicious it is. Make it. Everyone is going to love it. I really want to try it. Tell me if you're going to add a topping or not. I'd love to see your comment. Remember to check out my healthy desserts playlist. There are lots of great recipes there. Like the video, because it really helps me out, and share it with anyone who will enjoy it, with anyone who needs it. Let's grow this chain of kindness together, because that's what I want here on the channel. Let's taste it. It's wonderful. You're going to love it. See you next time. Bye.